Okay, so finally we are done with the multiplication process or multiplication review for all the numbers. Last week we finished the nines. I would encourage you to still keep on practicing your multiplication though, because you will always need that until you grow up. Okay, so this week we'll start our lesson on data analysis, and that sounds like a big topic, right? But this is not really so hard. In data analysis, we'll be learning how to present data in tables and in bar graphs. Okay, so consider the names and the weights of 5 children, namely Rachel, who is 38 kilograms. We have Roy, who is 43 kilograms, Tasha, 38 kilograms, Veronica, 39, and Juan, 40. Okay, so these are the information that you know. How do we present this one so it's easier to so these are the information that we have. Okay, let's try learning how to input all this data in a table. Okay, so let's make one column and list all the names um, in the given information. And so since you have 5 people, you have 5 rows as well under names. Okay, so let's fill in all those names. Okay, so this is the first column called names, alright? And under names, we list down all the names of the people included in the information. Okay, so this is your first column. Now, what will be their second column? Okay, in the given information, we have the names and the weights. So therefore, the second column would be the weights of the people involved. And these are the respective weights. And there you go, that's your table. Okay, that's just not really hard. Okay, so basically one column for the names and one column for the respective weights. All right. Okay, so let's try a different scenario. Make a table given the number of students in different classes. Okay, so we have first graders with 25 students. The second information is second graders with 26 students. Third graders with 24 students. Fourth graders with 20 students. Fifth graders with 19 students. And the sixth graders with 26 or 29 students. Now, how do we make a table for this one? What would be our first column? Okay, of course, our first column would be the name of the class, and the name of the class are okay the first graders until up to the sixth graders. Okay, so the first column normally shows you the basis of the information, or where the information belongs to. Okay, all right, and the second column would be the second set of information, which is the number of students. And so we write on the same row for second graders 26 because there are 26 students, and so on. Okay, so this is how to make a table, right? Okay, so with the same given information, instead of making a table, we'll try to learn how to make bar graphs. Okay, all right, this is an example of a bar graph with that information. As you can see on the horizontal axis, you would see the names of the class from first to sixth grader, and on the vertical axis you would see number of students that represents the number of students, and you would have bars in your graph. Okay, let's look closely on the first bar on above first graders. Here you just kind of estimate. Since you need 25, so 25 is between 20 and 30, so you draw a bar between 20 and 30, and so that's why the height of the bar looks like that. Okay, now the second grader is 26. You know that 26 is between 20 and 30, but should be longer or higher than 25. So that's why second graders information is slightly higher than 20. Now the third graders is 24, still between 20 and 30, but below 25. Thus it looks slightly shorter than 25. And on the fourth grader you have 20. That's why it's exactly the same height as 20. And fifth grader just below 20 because it's 19. And of course the sixth grader is just below 30 because it's 29. Okay, so do you understand the bar graph? Okay, in the next page we'll try to learn how to draw our own bar graph. Okay, so let's try doing our own bar graph using this information. So we have different children and their number of toys. Chase has 5 kinds of toys. Hank has 8. Faith has 10. Rebecca 15. Anna 5. Asa 10. Now, in making a bar graph, it is important that before you start, you look at the values that are given. Like what is the smallest number of toys here? We have 5, yeah, and the highest would be 15. So you kind of know what would be the biggest number, so you can estimate when you start working on your bar graph. Okay, so the first thing is we make this grid line. How do we decide the number of horizontal or the number of rows? So we have, in this graph, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 spaces or 5 lines. We have 5 lines because I decided that each line would count as 5. Okay, so the first line would be 0 and 5 and so on. Okay, I'll explain that later. Okay, and then we have how many columns? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 columns because we have 6 children to show the number of toys with. Okay. All right, so let's start. So the horizontal axis, we have the number, the name of children. Okay, so Chase would be the first one, and so that Chase is the first column. Second column would be Hank's. Third column would be Faith's, and fourth column Rebecca's, Anna, and then Asa. Okay. Now let's mark our vertical axis. So we'd start with 0. Okay, so the first line means 0, meaning they have 0 toys. Okay, that's 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, so as you can see, the highest number is 20 here. And in the information, your highest number is 15. So we kind of want to get something a little bit higher so we can just see the graph. At least we know that it will not reach 20. Alright, when we fill in the graph, you'd see what I mean. Alright, so Chase, look, in your information they have 5, so we color the column up to 5. Okay, right, so that is Chase graph. Right, now Hank's is 8, so 8 is between 5 and 10, a little closer to 10, so that's how it will look like. Faith is 10, so it should be right on the mark 10. Rebecca's is 15, so it should be right on 15 marker. Anna's 5, just like Chase's, and Asa's 10, just like Hank's. Okay. So the important thing about, bar graph can be useful because instead of, if you have a lot of information, like maybe 20 children, it'll be hard for you to figure out which one has the highest number of toys. But if you're looking at the bar graph, you just have to look which one has the tallest bar, and that will be the highest. Okay, so let's work on your assignment for today.